this every rep. I'm like,
get my girls in, dude.
Get it. 2, another breath. 3, yeah.
All right. In today's workout video, we've got Austin Coy on this side over here, Olympic lifter. Used to be on a games team back in the day doing CrossFit 417. We're gonna see how in shape he is. He's probably gonna go out really hot and die. Next to me, we have, of course, Luke P from The Bachelor. Then it's me, and then it's Jake Flowen. We're gonna have some fun. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to some semi-daily content. What I mean by semi is the idea that I haven't done these in a long time. Slowly getting back into it. It's kind of hard during the open, of course. Today, I just finished my first attack at 20.2. I thought it went over pretty decent. I'll try it again on Monday just for kicks and giggles, but right now we are knocking out some daily content. This workout was from a long time ago, but it's still a really fun one to actually watch. So let's go ahead and get started and we'll talk about what the workout is. We are off in 3, 2, 1, getting it. What are we doing here? We are doing an 8-minute AMRAP, pardon me, an 8-minute AMRAP, 20 calorie Bike Erg, 15 double dumbbell power cleans to the floor, and then a 50-foot front rack walking lunge with the dumbbells, right? So you guys already kind of have a concept of who's doing it with us, but I'll start from the left-hand side of the screen. We're across. Obviously, we have Jake Flowen in the green shirt, myself shirtless. Luke P is bending over on his bike, looking at the floor biking, and then we have Austin Cahoy. We'll talk about Austin Cahoy first. Austin Cahoy has actually been has been to the games multiple times on a team. He was on CrossFit 417's games team, which is out of Springfield, Missouri, for many years. He is a freaking heavy hitter. He actually stopped doing CrossFit probably 2 years ago, I think, and now he's doing full-time Olympic lifting, and he's really, really, really good at it. He's won some national medals, and he's really good at it. He's always been good at Olympic lifting. Always been kind of a bigger guy that struggles with some of the movements in CrossFit, but he's really good at Olympic lifting, and so he's kind of found his passion. So he actually works out in Cobra Command CrossFit every now and again too with us. He always lifts in the corner. He doesn't do a CrossFit workout with us. So this is the first time he actually decided to pop in and join all three of us doing a workout, so we had a really good time. That's Austin Cahoy. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Jacob, Austin Cahoy is winning right now. He's in front. And that's true. So Austin's got, even back in the day, when he did CrossFit, when I would work out with him, he was a one pace guy. Imagine like a Travis Williams, but a little bit heavier. He was a one pace guy. Like he was a go guy. He was a running back fullback for college. He was a one pace kind of guy, and it still is in his mind, and he's really good at it. So keep watching, and you will see the Olympic lifter completely fall apart. But I think he actually wins the first 2 rounds because he just hammers the bike. And then, of course, we got Luke P, second from the right. We've got Luke P there. If you're watching Luke, the first round, he actually biked leaning over. Oh, there he goes right now. And it's actually pretty funny. You may not know this about him, but many years ago, he actually decided he had played college baseball and decided he got done with college baseball. You know, kind of the story that we all have where it's kind of like, what do I do now? Like, I don't know what to do with myself in terms of fitness and athleticism. And he decided he wanted to do an Ironman. I think it was a half Ironman, which to me, a half Ironman is still freaking far, right? He's either half or a full, I can't remember. So him and his brother, who he's pretty close with, trained for a Ironman for a long time, a couple months. And so he's actually really, really good on a bike. I actually asked him, I said, hey, Luke, I said, if you have to program one workout for yourself that you're like, you know you're gonna beat us at, what would it be? And he actually said, I would program like a 10-mile time trial on a bike. I was like, really? He goes, yeah, I'm really, really good on a road bike. So of course that started a conversation of why are you really good at a road bike? And then he got into it. So he actually can see he's kind of biking a little bit different. Now, of course, you know, does it help to bend over like that on a Bike Erg? I don't know. I'm not a biking expert. That might be something you have to ask like Chris Hinshaw or something like that. Usually you would bend over and try to be more dynamic or aerodynamic on a bike like that if it was a road bike and there was wind resistance, but obviously there's no wind resistance on a stationary bike. So from my perspective, I would rather stand up and breathe than have to bend over and kind of like have my lungs a little bit collapsed, but that's neither here nor there. He's still a great athlete. So let's talk about the actual workout. So again, we're doing an 8-minute AMRAP of 20 cal bike, 15 dumbbell power cleans, and a front rack walking lunge. So how can you approach this workout? For instance, if you don't have a Bike Erg, let's say you don't have a Bike Erg, how can you scale this workout? That's kind of what we're gonna discuss. If you don't have a Bike Erg, that's completely fine. Do 1-to-1 for row cals. So instead of a 20 cal bike, it's a 20 cal row. The only sucky part about a cal row is you're going to use your arms, and that's going to play into the fact of the dumbbell power clean. So if you have a Bike Erg, use it. If you don't, rower. If you have an aerosol bike, that's fine. You're going to do less calories, like I'd probably say like 17. I don't know. It's actually a really good chart. I probably should share it on my YouTube channel. There's actually a really good chart of a comparison between like a really good chart on comparison between like calories and meters between every single piece of equipment we use for CrossFit. Like somebody spent a lot of time making it and they did a solid job. So again, if you don't have a Bike Erg, there's other options for it. Women obviously are gonna use 35-pound dumbbells, not 50s, obviously. Scaling this, I don't think you're really gonna need to scale the dumbbell power cleans. Like obviously it's a straight up hammer curl. It's a hammer curl to the ground. Like it's a ground to shoulder hammer curl. It's very easy. You're gonna kip it right. This standard is, of course, you don't need to touch both heads of the ground. So if you're watching me, it's just one head and you're just swinging through and you're making sure that head that hits the ground, again, comes up and touches your shoulder for a good rep. And then of course, for the front rack walking lunges, to be honest, like there's really not a whole lot of scaling in this workout. I guess the dumbbells might be too heavy for some people, maybe. So if you're a male, maybe use a 35 for scaling. If you're a female and 35 is too heavy, use a 20. But I mean, your distance on the front rack walking lunge shouldn't be scaled. It should still be a front rack. You should be able to do it. And then for the front rack, make sure you have your hands around the handles. I didn't know that standard before this workout. I'm sorry, I didn't know that standard before this workout, and then Jake actually had to tell me that before we started because I was practicing it, just like not having my hands on the handles. He was like, hey dude, and they opened, that's a no wrap. I didn't know that, and now I know. So yeah, that's how I would approach it if you're scaling. This workout's not really meant to be scaled too much. There's not a whole lot of scaling options. But now let's look at it from my perspective, how you should approach it. It's an 8-minute AMRAP. This is actually a really good test of fitness for like an open workout. It's a keep moving, don't ever stop moving kind of workout. Now, I do want to really quickly discuss, if you look at Jake Flone's way of front rack walking lunge, it's a little bit different. He likes to hold it up like that. The reason for that being is he finds that if he puts the dumbbells here on his shoulders, his biceps will get crampy and kind of blow up. And that actually makes sense. That definitely can happen, especially if you're like, if your biceps are really, really close and they're really locked in like this for the whole lunge, because you did just come back from the dumbbell power clean. So I mean, you just did 15 essentially hammer curls, and now you go into like this isolated static hold like this. I could totally see why your biceps could probably blow up. That's one way of doing it. But if you notice, Austin, myself, and Luke P also just essentially use that kind of, it sits on your front rack kind of like this. I'm just very used to it, whereas Jake likes it up here. Totally fine. How should you approach this workout? It is a very open-esque workout. It's a go, go, go workout. I recommend you pace the bike a little more than you have to. I think I tried in the beginning, I kept the 1500 and I think it dropped to like a 1250 or a 1300 by the second, third, and fourth round. My fourth round might have been a little bit faster because I wanted to complete 4 rounds in 8 minutes, essentially 1 round every 2 minutes. It's a transition workout. So as soon as you're finished with the bike, you should be able to jump right on the power cleans and go. And then of course, as soon as you do the power cleans, you do have the option of setting it back down or lunging. I recommend you just throw it on your back and just go, right? The power cleans, I mean, the lunge isn't super hard that you should have to set it down because you're so blown up. So I would try to keep it as much as fluid as possible where you go straight from the dumbbell power cleans straight to your lunge. It's probably your best bet. All right, so we're finishing up here. We're at the 8-minute mark. Austin looks like he's dying. Let's all look at Austin, give him a hand clap. The dude really put out and did a really good job. I was impressed with Austin's performance, to be honest. Like, he showed up, and even though he hasn't done CrossFit in a long time, could still hammer out for about 4 minutes. Like, he obviously went really, really crazy. All right, let's go check in with each one of these individuals. B, you kidding? Oh, Jake!
You know, birthday cake last night. Hey, I'm so old now because I turned 26.
Oh.
And with old age comes not as great fitness, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's my excuse today. Probably again tomorrow.
Okay. chill for the next 365 days.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, you know, and I'll come up with another one. You know?
But the real MVP, Austin Cahoy.
Oh, man.
Two whole rounds.
That's all I needed.
That's all you needed.
2 rounds first place.
If it was a 2-round workout, if it was a 1-round workout, Austin made us look stupid.